Okay, Joe, so we're walking up to 1905 Swigert, and very first impression of the house is that it has a really nice elevation. It sits up from the access road coming in. So you can see the grade, it kind of grades down right in this area right here. It slopes down. So you sit up over that that grass line on the horizon, so you can actually see the Pikes Peak Front Range above that. Because coming in, it kind of, grades down, but the house itself sits up. The only other thing I noticed that off of Curtis Road right here is paved, all the way paved. Because a lot of times out in Peyton, Ellicott, you get on these dirt roads and stuff, and it's, there's some maintenance involved, potholes and whatnot, but this is all paved all the way up to the house too. So this video will be a little bit longer than 20 minutes, I have a feeling, because I'm gonna have to cover a little bit more ground in terms of just walking the perimeter a little bit. But there you go, long driveway, 2 anchors on either side of the driveway with the little light. Could probably flip that light switch on. You see those right there from the inside of the house to kind of illuminate. Plus you can maybe even do some lights running up this way. Then of course you have Pikes Peak right there. And so I noticed out driving in, you have all this park. I mean, there's tons of parking. They're kind of parked over here off the side, but you have, obviously lots of places to park. Poured concrete driveway, stucco exterior, got some nice architectural details in the corbels, the trims, like a farmhouse with those black the black metal brackets. I kind of like that look. But stucco, and then you have some dormers at the top of the roof line, as well as a nice covered porch area. We have stacked stone, dry stack, and a nice trim right here, almost like a Flagstaff stone, kind of coming around as like a trim piece. I like that look. And then the dry stack is definitely what I choose. The aspens, a couple little mini aspens. I'll get to all the landscaping stuff. I like landscaping. We've got pretty good sized crack right there, but at least it's over here and not closer to the house itself. More dry stack, and then just a nice covered patio. Oh, one other thing too I noticed right away when I walked in is the covered patio slopes away from the house. You can totally tell. Well, maybe you can in the video, but it significantly does. I don't know what grade that is, but it slopes away. Also, you've got this all finished up here as well, which is another good thing they do that. So there is some traffic noise. I think this microphone on this phone's pretty good. I think it'll pick it up. Of course, it's not like traffic in town, but there is a 4-way stop right here. So, but see how that grades down? So the house sits up quite a bit. But you definitely have a lot of space from your neighbors. You have a neighbor right here, and but other than that, I mean, it's just only thing you really hear out here is just the wind when it's not too busy with the roads. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the house, and we'll give you the full tour of this house. Very first thing I noticed and you noticed about this house when I saw pictures of it at least, is that it is very lived in, but it's also very kind of like everything's in its place. You know, like maybe a little bit, maybe borderline OCD a little bit. That's kind of a loose compliment, actually. Number 2, red oak hardwood floors that are in really good shape. I'm not going to give you all the dimensions and all that stuff because that's public information that you can literally just refer back to. I'm going to give you more of like some of the details I'm noticing and kind of the vibe of the house. So one thing that's kind of interesting is that they did do a hand troweled ceiling. See all the texture? And then they did what they call knockdown texture for the walls themselves. Knockdown texture is what most people are more familiar with. But having that hand troweled ceiling, my whole house is interior is hand troweled. Ceilings, walls, everything. We kind of wanted it to look a little more like, not old world, but just it's a higher end finish that you see in a lot more expensive homes, and so we chose that. But this has a whole ceiling that has that, so I think that's kind of cool. Also, it has an elevated ceiling as well. It has a nice wide entryway from this perspective right here. We have a whole separate dining area, although it's easy to get access to it, just the way that they have it framed out with these partition walls. But super cozy, super cozy for sure. I mean, this is like, you know, just a cozy family home. Look at that. I mean, that it's definitely got the rustic vibe going to it. I sent some pictures to John as well, and he was like, oh, okay, this is a really nice house. Kind of like night and day from the last house. You know, number 2 red oak hardwood floors, nice racks of cabinetry here, undermount sink. We've got the granite for sure with all the character in it. Instead of just kind of like the boring quartz that everyone has, it's just like white. This has a little bit more of a, you know, old world, a little more, I would say, like mature vibe or style to it. So, but I really think that is pretty cool, seeing all that detail that's just right in there. We have like another informal banquette style dining area with another like pendant light versus the one on the other side of the house, which is more formal. So I like that you have some versatility there. I always set off Siri, but I told my wife not to call me because she just like blows up my phone whenever I'm trying to do a video. That's your view from the backyard, and just like a dead-on view of Pikes Peak. And you have one neighbor that's the closest. Well, not, I mean, you have more than one neighbor, but that's like facing your house. So you're in a neighborhood, but I wouldn't say subdivision, a neighborhood, but it's definitely quite a bit of separation in space. I'm gonna walk out there and tour the deck here in a minute, but let me cover the kitchen. Got nice higher end stainless steel, Samsung stainless steel appliances here and here. Either they're OCD or they just picked the appliance package, but a lot of times you'll see like Samsung brand, and then you'll see like, you know, Whirlpool, and you'll see KitchenAid, and it's kind of, they might be stainless steel, but they're kind of all different, and Me personally, I just like to have everything sort of light and tight. Like my kit, my appliances, I want sort of to be the same brand. I don't know, that's just me. But they're the same way. Like I was saying, they're kind of OCD. Like they just have things very organized. Have one broken blind right here. It probably drives them crazy because I have one that in my house. It's like bent, and it drives me crazy too. Again, dry stack fireplace. Another very rustic, nice touch with the full-blown mantle coming out. I say dry stack because personally I really think dry stack is super sharp. When you see all the mortar, it looks more like a Thomas Kincaid painting, and it looks a little bit more kind of even more old school or rustic. But I think like the dry stack just has that like Colorado mountain vibe. You see that a lot in like lodges and bigger homes, the dry stack. Okay, so pick and choose which way we want to go. Let's go. There might be more over here to start, so. Again, higher end home, you've got light features down, you know, running parallel to the stairs. You've got, again, big, you know, columns right here with the wrought iron banisters. And I think these bigger, massive pillars are pretty sharp. Instead of like the skinny rounded stuff, these are more, or like a pony wall that's filled in with drywall. This is like, you know, calling out that, hey, this is more of like on the custom end home. Not to say that this is, I've never seen this style before, but you don't see it on every other home. You see it more on the higher end stuff, at least the massive stuff, the massive post and the wrought iron. Okay, let's go ahead and go into the primary bedroom first. Definitely good amount of size. They have kind of like a play on like a trade ceiling. Again, with that hand troweled, you know, and again, just when the light hits it, there's different breaks and it just gives it like a higher end vibe. I mean, you look right out that window and that's literally like almost like a picture frame. So that's what you wake up to is no neighbors, just Pikes Peak and nature. So definitely can tell why you picked this home. It's not the cheapest home, but all these little details you really notice because you have a lot of space in between. Joe, you're pretty big. I'm a pretty big guy. I mean, you've got quite a bit of space in here. For a nightstand, for the biggest nightstand you can find, it will still fit in here, no problem. Same thing on the other side. Same thing with any sort of furniture would fit in here. You can look up the dimensions of the primary bedroom. Fireplace. And again, OCD. He's organized. Right? That's an organized person. An older person, maybe, but in terms of the styling, but more organized. Walk-in closet. So it's the 5-piece. Got the two sinks. It is tile. They are overmount. It'd have been nice for them to be undermount, but it is what it is. But nice, you know, tile details and stuff like that. Tile on the floor as well. It's not like linoleum or anything like that. Tile surrounding the soaking tub with the heat and glow fireplace. Electric insert, obviously. Stand-up shower as well with the tile. And some built-ins right here as well, which is nice. I like to see those natural built-ins instead of the wire shelving. Pretty decent, good-sized closet. Well, I guess that's subjective, but... And then you have kind of like the, I don't know what color this is. Maybe like a, let's just call it like a beige. There's some probably fancy Sherwin-Williams name for it, but it plays to the sort of the motif of the house because you've got like this rich color. It's not white. It's not agreeable gray that you see in every single new build home. It's more of a custom color. And then of course you have like the matching color here, just a little bit darker shade of this. So that's what they did here. I'm picking up what they're putting down. See, the front door has it too. It's the same color, but just a little bit darker shade of the same color. So they did that to give it a little bit of breakup, but not have it be too crazy. Have it just a classy touch, and then they did all the baseboards and door frames the same. So these are all details that, you know, when you're building a home or whatnot, they're picking out or they're looking at it like as options. All nickel plated matching hardware. Here's a little coat closet. Here's a little pocket bathroom coming off of the garage. Nothing too fancy, just designed to be right off of the garage when you come into the home. Okay, we got the laundry room here. Okay, I was kind of scared to open it up because, you know, you open up these laundry rooms and they're kind of like, they're crammed. And you're like, oh, is it, you know, it's laundry day. So they did their laundry. Look at that. It's definitely the walkway is cleared. And then there's even a little bit of space in between. Same hand troweled on the ceiling as well. And then the knockdown texture on the walls. So the whole house is cohesive. They went with Maytag. My wife rants and raves about her Maytag after going with Samsung and all these different brands that are like the silver, the custom colors. She's just like all about the white Maytag. She says those are the best washer and dryers. These people agree with us. Okay. I'm not gonna spend too much time in the garage quite yet because I'm gonna leave sort of the outside in the garage once we're done with the inside of the home. So I don't wanna track in a bunch of dirt into the house. But check this out. You have a separate door to the third bay garage. I like that detail. I haven't seen that actually in quite a while. That's pretty clean because then you can just have that closed off. That's slick. I like that. All right, so we'll get back to that. He's got the riding lawnmower. I'm not sure if that comes with the house or not, but anything is negotiable. This house has been on the market for a while, although there was some showings on this home earlier today because I was trying to get over here earlier and there was some scheduled showings that gotta stretch that carpet a little bit. Carpet itself's a little bit matted. It's nothing too crazy. This is probably tier 2 carpet. It's not the highest end. It's not the lowest end. It's not old. It's sort of right in line with paying some extra money for like a little bit of a thicker pad underneath. The pile isn't bad. It's just a little bit matted down right here, as is mine in my house. They need to stretch this a little bit, but not bad carpet. Like I said, it's a little bit of a premium carpet, not the super high end. It's like mid grade. They have it in here as well. All right, so obviously a very good layout to a ranch style home, having the primary, its bathroom, and then having utility rooms, the closet, the pocket bathroom, and the laundry room all on this side of the house. Okay. An archway here. And that's another thing I like about natural wood floors is you have clean transitions to carpet and tile instead of having like top plates stapled down, or you know, and then you kick them and they one too many times and then they break or they kick up and then you've got this loose flap of plastic, you know, in between. I don't remember your last house had natural wood, but it might have. But the number 2 red oak is actually very well kept. Let's go into bedroom number 2. See, they have all the lights on and everything for us. So they're like displaying the house correctly, which is always a good sign too. I noticed that these people haven't dropped this price either. $750, they're holding strong at that. Like I said, I tried to schedule it earlier today, but it was blocked out. There was a couple of showings before I got here at 2. So, you know, you never know how that goes down. But all right, shares that bathroom. We'll get back to that in a second. Here's bedroom number 3, and has a nice big ponderosa pine. it looks small in this frame, but it's like way bigger. Look, in person, it looks like more like this when you walk up to this window. That's actually like what it looks like when I'm looking at it. But I chose a wide angle on this camera phone so that you can get as much details in the frame as possible. The house definitely, that tree like looks way bigger than it does right there. Okay. Here's a little hack. Watch this. Little house hack. That seal hasn't been broke. So since this home has been built, no one's been up in that attic. That just means that it's like a brand new product that hasn't even really been messed with. They just lived in it and whatnot. They're big fans of this tile with the grout. If it would have been me, I would have done a different surface, but it goes more to like the rustic country vibe. I mean, every now and again out of a window, you'll see like a home off in the distance, but like other than that, you'll see just pretty much nature and a tree or two. So it's for sure much more tranquil than even the last house. The last house was a completely different home, but in terms of like this house, it's much more deliberate. The other one's just in another neighborhood. Had some land, but or a bigger lot, but you definitely felt like you're in a neighborhood. This, you feel like you're just going from nature into like your house, and there's a few homes scattered here and there. All right, so walking down stairs here, they've got a dog, I would guess, because it kind of chewed that up a little bit. Maybe it's a smaller dog, because I smell absolutely no dog whatsoever in here. And I'm in a lot of homes. The last home smelled like food. It just smelled like a banquet hall or like a all-you-can-eat buffet. Like that's what the last home smelled like. This home smells like cinnamon and holidays. And then behind that, it just smells like it's been kept up. Like they vacuum it all the time. They take care of it because they're commanding 750. They're not trying to like just fire sell the house. So they can tell that for the right buyer, it would be a good value. I think they have this set up kind of like as a movie room is what I would gather. Yeah, see they've got some extra plugs up here for your projector. This is on a little bit of a step. They have the trim, so it's not like this was just an afterthought. They took their time thinking double doors, took their time thinking, oh, let's make this like a, you have a row of movie theater chairs right here, or maybe just your favorite chair. You're sitting up a little bit. You have that wall for the projector or for the big screen TV. The only thing that, if it was my house personally, I would paint these walls something else. I maybe leave the doors because it's a shame to paint it, but I would maybe leave the doors that color, but I would paint this all dark if it was me. Just black it out and then it'd be really like a movie theater. And then they've got like a water source, a place to put like electronic equipment, stereo equipment, wet bar area, refrigerator, a little mini fridge area right there, water source, plugs, mini recessed lights. So these are like mini ones. And then here's the bigger one, just to give you an idea of I haven't seen that. I haven't seen mini ones before. It's kind of cool. All right. So good deal there. And here's another really cool view. So this is another nice view. You're downstairs and you've got that view. Watch this. When I zoom in, it'll hopefully adjust the color, the lighting. It didn't really do as much as I wanted, but that's Pikes Peak right there. And is this another? Yeah, this is another walkout. So you know what you want. I have a walkout rancher, my home as well. So coming downstairs and seeing basically just open plains, nature, rolling hills is really sharp. As a matter of fact, I don't mean to sound too cheesy, but like the color of this home is kind of like the color of the plains. The interior paint is very similar to that color. And I think they did that for a reason too. Because like I said, it's not white, it's not gray like you see. It's like a rich beigeish color. And then it, like I said, it matches the grass. It matches the plains. I think they probably did that for a reason. So much more of a thought out house for sure. Okay. They have their couch and TV over here, but you could maybe easily, well, they have another TV over here. You could just pretty much have it however you want. Have a pool table down here, whatever. Lots of space. This soffit is where it should be. It's packed against this side of the room because you have the taller ceilings down here, which is, 9+ feet. That's another builder upgrade. They don't like doing that. They like making homes really short down in basements. I had that upgrade as well in my new build home. We paid more to have the ceilings higher. And so that changes the architecture for sure when they do that. Coat closet under the stairs. Tons of stuff in there, some dirty laundry. Another bathroom. Okay, this is a pretty nice bathroom because it's bigger. It has a rustic floor, and that rustic floor is tile. Yes, not just linoleum. It's actually grout line. Because they would have disappointed me if it was just laminate. Oh, okay, I see you. Swigert with the tile, with the porcelain. I don't even know what kind of tile this is. Some sort of ceramic porcelain, but it's like made to look like wood. Nice Schluter edge trim all the way around the sub dishes. That's a nice touch as well. This is a taller bathroom. Like this bathroom is more impressive than the primary upstairs almost. Undermount sink. I like this bathroom better. Fits with the house more too. It's nice that that one's down here. Then you have like a full-blown kitchen, peninsula island, bar top, 2-tiered. They went with this. They love this 12x12 grout. 12x12 tile. That's not what I would pick in a home, but it's in very good shape. Obviously, it's looks like it fits in with everything. It's not like terrible or anything. It's just personal preference. Crazy backsplash all the way to the wine rack. She's down here doing like the 2 or 3 dishes that they make. Just super organized. Even organized there. Like everything is. And Mark, why are you saying that? Who cares? Like they're going to move all their stuff out. Why do I care about bottle caps? You don't. But what you do care about is something that's taking care of the home. The last house was the opposite. They were just living in it, just like whatever. These people are like going by the house every weekend, cleaning it. That's the vibe I get. And I don't even, it's not even vibe. I can see for myself how they're doing it. Please leave door open. Thank you. Okay, I'll leave this door open. This is just like, okay, so it's got, let's check this out. Okay, so it's got 2 water heaters. Okay, I like seeing that. Got a big old massive HVAC system. You've got the shut-off valves. Then you got some water filtration system in here, all built in. It's got another type of filter here. It's got some filters there. This is beyond my scope and skill of knowing what all that, how all that works exactly. But I do know that you really have to know what you want with that to pay for that. And obviously, oh, you know what? This is on a well system. So that's another layer of filtration going in straight into the home. I think that's what that is. This is kind of cool. Yeah, this is super cool actually, because we're in the basement. And so this would be like a mother-in-law or anybody that's coming to visit you, staying with you. This would be a great room because you have 2 windows. And you have like, it's super tranquil down here. And these are like all real plants. Look how well they're, this is the king plant right here. Look how well they're, like, dude, is that even real? This one's not real, but these are real. This is real. Again, Mark, we're here to buy a house, not plans. But again, when I go into, and I told you I'm not going to go give you all the details, all the specs, because you can find that. But what I can tell you is like the vibe, like how the house feels, how the house smells, how they've taken care of it. You could see from the last house, this home was like night and day. Yeah, it's just one of these things where just one of those older people, they just take, it's like a car that has one owner and they take it in to get it serviced like clockwork, you know, every 5,000 miles. That's what this house feels like to me. They just take care of it, do everything that's needed, routine maintenance wise. Because when I open up doors and things like that, they don't stick. It's not hard to open them up. Everything's pretty much in line with how they like things, and it's in its place. They've got like a Trex decking underneath the what are those 1x8s or I-beams. All the stucco is in really good shape. I don't see any cracks in the stucco whatsoever. They're built to carry the load. However, the engineers drew that up. You got these big, huge bolts, the lag bolts driving into the house to support all the hangers. Because whenever I'm down in my basement looking up underneath it, I'm like, oh, okay, it was built right. You just, those types of things. I think a Starlink looks like out here. This looks super close, but it's actually much further away. I just had it zoomed in. But you see like some civilization. So you have neighbors, you know, you're not completely isolated, and you're not like in parts of this area further east still where you'll be out there with like, you know, the mobile homes and the modulars, and you're out in dirt roads in the middle of literally nowhere. This is more like thought out. These guys have some really nice landscaping that you notice as well when you're coming in. So it's kind of at the level too. That's another thing that, again, I'm telling all the secondary, third things that you would see to evaluate a home. Also, it's the neighbors too. Like, what's the neighbors' levels of their homes? Like, these guys have like literally like a second garage. You know, the levels of the homes are on par with this one. That chair blew over because it was super windy last night. Woke me up in the middle of the night with the wind. Got a separation here in terms of how the lot is situated to receive this walkout. Then you've got huge retaining walls for the windows instead of just that metal corrugated crap that you see everywhere. This is, again, more thought out. Garden area over here. Looks like got a composter. So it's super quiet right now. When those cars aren't there, literally, it's dead quiet. You'll hear a car in the distance every now and again. So in the mornings, evenings, it's quiet. All right. At 35 minutes. Man, I'm gonna be putting you to sleep with this video. But, okay, so we covered, I lost count of the bedrooms. I think we had 3 up, 4, 5, 3 bathrooms up, 1 more down here. No, wait, 3 bathrooms up, including that little pocket bathroom. Okay, and then there's bathroom 4 here, 1 bathroom down in the basement. But in my opinion, it's the nicest bathroom of all the bathrooms. So it still happens to be in the basement. So there you go. These window treatments and these blinds, you got the cellulose blinds too. Those are nicer. But I would take this down because then you see even more sky. And it's lets in even more natural light. You got enough space between everybody that you could literally just leave these windows open. No one would really notice. Unless they're really, really focusing like with binoculars at nighttime and it's all lit up down here. All right, so I covered, I think that's pretty much everything down here. Go back upstairs. The pile, again, like I said, this carpet is mid-grade. It's in good shape though for what it is. Like they've taken care of it. There's virtually no stains on anything in this house in terms of the floors. There's just some little bit of matting, which that's the only thing that happens after a while. There's matting, but I can tell by the pile that it's got a good fiber count. Here, we covered that. Let's go over here where we left off. I want to see this. I want to see for myself this fancy garage. Okay, so he's got another refrigerator here. Work bench area. Yeah, see, this would be my world. Oh, snap. I didn't notice this. Joe, I see. Got you. Okay. I got one of these things for my stuff. Second door, completely separate. Then there's windows over here too. There's a bunch of windows. This has got more dang windows in a garage bay I've ever seen. Plus you can see everything that's coming like on the side of the house coming to your house. I like that. Oh man, this is crazy. You could easily fit 3 cars right here. I mean, maybe even, depends on the size of the car, but you could get probably 4 cars on this long bay. That's crazy. Got a door to the side of the house. Got all those tools. Got his Husky shelf. I got a couple of these in my house. Got an old school bench. So that's why he hasn't lowered the price. He kind of doesn't want to sell the house. He's super like comfortable. Everything's exactly where he wants it to be. Something's making him want to like need to sell, or maybe his wife's saying that we need to move into a smaller house. Because the dude, you could tell he's like, got everything organized the way he wants it, for sure. That's crazy. I don't smell any, like, there's car, like, stains on here. So he has had cars through here. But I don't smell, like, smoke. That's another thing. If you got a guy that has a crazy workshop, then a lot of times there'll be, like, definitely car smells, gasoline smells. Sometimes, half the time there's cigarette smells. But in this one, it's like, you don't smell anything. It smells perfectly clean. He's got the little Titan. I got this ladder too. I remember getting this. My wife bought me one of these. The little giant, is it what it is? Yeah. this is a very, very good ladder. If you don't have one, get a little giant. Got that for a Christmas present a few years back. Yeah, this literally makes you want to pick up some new hobbies or add to your car collection or baby a car that you have. Yeah, I'm super jealous of that right there for sure. And then that's why this door's here. See, that's perfect. And this is see, they take their shoes off. They don't even go in the house. I'm walking around with shoes on. They don't even go in the house without taking their shoes off. You can tell. They take care of everything. Yeah. Oh, sorry you had to go through that first house in terms of being sort of let down by it. This is the opposite. Okay, I also promised you I'd show you, we're at 40 minutes. Promised you I'd show you the deck. These look good up and through there. Another nice feature. They got that new roof, been a year. It's a year old. They did a good job matching the color of it to like the vibe of the house. I'm just gonna do a slow pan. It's like night and day from tailwind, that's for sure. It's the exhaust vent for the fireplace indoors. Oh, corbel, or not corbel, excuse me, dormer. Got the dormer up there. Just like an architectural detail. Every now and again you can get into those dormers if there's like a stack of two or more. But this is, I think, more cosmetic. Just to have that window there just makes everything look more substantial. I mean, all the windows are like straight. There's literally not a dent or a ding in these windows. They're all like almost like they're, man, these are cleaner than my office windows. This window out here is cleaner than the damn bathroom window. Yeah, the screens are all like in perfectly good shape. These people are OCD. I told you, didn't I call it like right away? It's nice having these two trees right here. These two trees do a ton for this exposure. Because you have a tree that died here. And then a tree over here that's, I don't know, it's a little bit scraggly, but these ones right here, they look small, but when you look at them like my perspective, this is what they kind of look like. They're just like right there from my perspective. And then since I'm zooming way out,